Hey guys, Date Channel here. So I just finished the entirety of Flowers 2, including the secret ending. I streamed the whole game on stream. Die!
What is happening?
Die! 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 Wait, die! I'm gaming so hard right now. And I have to say, it's pretty impressive. It's very good, but not perfect. And it is a complete step up from the first game. It's not even close, honestly. But because it's good, it also makes the bad parts hurt even more than before. So let me just get into it. I didn't like the first game that much. I gave it a 5 out of 10 because I thought the story was just dog shit. The characters were pretty meh. And the only good part is chapter 5, which gave me hope that this series actually has potential, which is why I decided to play Flowers 2. But will I recommend this game? Yes, if you're a Yuri fan. If you're not, then don't even play the first game. Let me get into the things I like first. First of all, it has amazing chemistry between the two main characters, Chidori and Erika. They are so well written, their chemistry is so good. Just the two of them talking to each other is already a highlight of the visual novel. Their dialogue, their banter between each other, it makes the game so much better. It makes the time you spend with the main characters so much more bearable compared to Suo, where she's just, oh, I don't want to do this, oh, maybe she hates me, like that goes on for so long and becomes really grating. But with Erika and Chidori, it doesn't feel that way. They have very fun back and forth. The chemistry is so good. It just makes for such a good dynamic between the two. Other than that, the romance is also super cute. It is so cute. In fact, I'm still thinking about the romance for a couple of days after it's finished, which is insane. That does not happen often for me. That is super rare for me to think about a romance story that I just finished because of how cute and wholesome it is. It is just so good. The romance, the dialogue, the characters, everything is just written pretty well. And then I would even say, because right now, as of me recording this video, I've been through 2 chapters of Flowers 3. I would honestly say Chidori and Erika is the best part of Flowers 3 so far. And other than that, there's also the amazing soundtrack as usual. As you would expect from this series, the soundtrack is always incredible. Mostly classical music that is just amazing. Oh yeah, one last thing about this game, it's only 6 chapters long compared to the 8 chapters that the first game has, which is so much better. It means the game is shorter, it's less padded out. Instead of taking like 25 hours to finish on stream like I did for the first game, it took around 19.5 hours for the second game. The pacing is done way better. There are actually things that happen, the characters actually get closer by the chapter. So thank god they don't have an extra 2 filler chapters that do nothing. But all of these good things makes the bad things stand out even more. The bads hurts even more than before. At least with the first game, everything is mediocre to bad. And then with one good chapter, so if something is bad, you're like, oh, fuck this game or whatever. But with this, like when it gets good, it gets so good, it gets very enjoyable. But when it gets bad, it gets fucking depressing, bro. The first one, which is a bit milder, it's not like a really big offense or anything. In my opinion, I think Chidori's backstory could have been done better. It's a bit... I don't want to spoil anything, but the way they tell her backstory is basically they talk about the backstory, but oh, it turns out that's not the full story. There's actually more to the backstory, and that's like an emotional reveal at the end. But the problem with how they tell her backstory is basically right from the beginning, as they tell you the backstory. At first, you can tell that they didn't tell the whole thing, but at the same time, they hinted so much at the full story, you already know what happens, and it kind of ruins the full emotional, shocking reveal at the end. Because you kind of already know what is gonna happen, so it kind of hurts that moment. Especially with how good the romance is, it would have been really, really good if Chidori's backstory is done even better than what we got. But that is not the biggest problem, it's still fine. The worst part of this game is the 2 horrible chapters. Chapters 3 and 5 in this game is just dog shit. So in this game there are 3 mystery chapters, right? It's chapter 1, chapter 3 and chapter 5. They are the mystery chapters. If you have played the first game, you'll know what I mean. they'll have these mysteries that you have to piece together, and basically the whole chapter is building up to the end where the character solves the mystery. Chapter 1's mystery is incredible. It not only establishes the consequences of the first game's ending, which I really appreciated, even though I hated the ending of the first game being super unsatisfying and just completely out of left field, just done for the sake of shock. I still think that it's very cool how in the first chapter of the second game they really show the effects that the ending has on the characters, and how honestly the whole school changed because of it, and how everyone is trying to protect Suo now, which by the way, Suo became an even better character in this game. Like, everyone is trying to protect her. She's like in the must protect list basically, even for me. Like, she's more of a character that you can root for now. In the first chapter's mystery, it also shows more sides to Chidori's character, where in the beginning you see her as more of a one-dimensional, someone that doesn't really understand human emotions, and then by the end you can see that there's a more human side to her, which becomes bigger and bigger as the story goes on. But chapter 3 and 5 are the other two mystery chapters. So for chapter 3, by the way, each of these chapters are around 3 hours long. I played all of this on stream, and I have to say the whole entire 3 hours, actually it's more than that, but around 3 hours it's basically building up all this mystery. Why is all of this happening? And then the whole reveal is just an area that the story might take part in, which I guess it takes part in finale of the story, but it's just an area. It's such a waste of time. You go through 3 hours only for such an underwhelming reveal of an area. And then there's chapter 5, where the conclusion, again, they play into the whole thing. It's also the same for chapter 3. So basically both of these games, they play into the cliche of the final mystery in the first game, where they just say, oh, the whole time this mystery is actually less than it seems, so we have been going on a wild goose chase, we wasted our time. Which is like, okay, you also wasted my time. I just played the game for 3 hours, read through 3 hours of shit, hoping for a satisfying conclusion that it makes all the clue chasing worth it, and then you just pull a, oh shit, actually all of that is nothing, it's actually just this simple. Like come on, man. It also doesn't really reveal anything about the characters. It doesn't really let you learn anything other than some small moments here and there that shows you more about the character, but it is completely disconnected from the mystery pretty much. So they could have done those moments without the mystery and without wasting my time. Though I would say for chapter 5, in the true secret ending of the game, they do show that it has a bigger connection to the overarching story across the series, but like seriously, who the fuck cares, man? I don't want to, you know, have a mystery that just be super underwhelming and without spoiling anything kind of unsolved at the end, only to have a secret ending that says, oh, actually the real conclusion is on the next game. Like, what the fuck? I don't want that. Come on. The other complaint I have is the really shitty side love interest. Minor spoilers, I'm gonna say what the second love interest is. It kind of isn't really that big of its spoilers, honestly, but if you don't want to know, you can skip this part. The second love interest is Dalio, and it's very forced. It has no place in the story. It's horrible. She's such a weak love interest. It's clearly shown that even the writers, the developers, they don't even want to give her any attention at all, but she's just there. And then randomly there'll be scenes where she's really intimate with Erika for some reason, and then the next scene, oh wait, it's Chidori time, and it just doesn't work at all. It's super forced. I really don't like it when they try to put a side character love interest where they can't even commit to it, and even then, the main love interest, Chidori, is so strong that no matter how good your side love interest is, it's just a waste of time. Why is it even there? And it's also the same for Flower's Tree even. They have two love interests, actually 3, but whatever. It is clearly shown which one is favored more than the other, and it makes some of these moments where they kind of just half-heartedly give this side love interest attention, it makes those scenes really forced and really shitty. So that is another one of the complaints that I really have. So with all that said, I would give this game a 7 out of 10. Which really hurts because the romance is done so well. The peaks are so high that it makes the awful lows really hurt. The main romance in this game is done so well. The way that they got together at the end, the way things get revealed in the relationship, it's so cute, and seeing them together, their dynamic, even after they start dating, it really makes you just cheer for them. Even in the third game when they show up, even though they're not the main character anymore, their dynamic is just so well done. Your game has 6 chapters and 2 of them are bad. It makes a third of your game bad, which it's just those 2 chapters that really brings this game down. Also, just how rare there's a romance story that can keep me thinking about it after it's done. It really hurts for me to give it a 7 out of 10. But overall, I'm still really impressed with this game. It's definitely better than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be, you know, like 1 point higher than the original game or something. But it genuinely is better, and it got me into playing Flowers 3. Just finished 2 chapters of it as of me recording this. I just streamed the first 2 chapters, and I have to say the first impressions are not good. Without spoiling anything, the main love interest is not good. It's pretty weak, honestly. Surprisingly enough, I honestly think the side love interest is better and is honestly 100% cuter, and even though she's more simpler, I would just root for her because she doesn't have a annoying trait that makes me don't want to have her be with Yuzuriha. But other than that, the story is also pretty weak. The third game's first impressions are not that strong, but I hope they can turn it around in the later chapters. But so far, I would say the second game is the peak of the series. And yeah, that's it for this review. See you guys. Bye.